Hi, I'm Bradley Chapman, and this is road trip number 3 for Park Home and Holiday Park Association. So over the last couple of days, we've met some incredible individuals, from sighting individuals. We've visited different parks in Essex. Today, we're down at a park at Romford, Note Hill, and I wanted to share with you a journey. We love the history of park operators. We love working with park operators in the UK, both residential, holiday and leisure. Now, we're the new kids on the block. We're the new association. And many people ask us, well, you know, what does your association do and how are you different to the PHHPA and the NCC? Well, they're both incredible associations that's been around a long time, and of course they are the trade bodies. Now, our association has been created for us to help improve the quality of UK parks. Now, we focus purely on park operators and park suppliers to improve the quality of parks, the quality of operators, so that we can help to acquire more land in the future and to build more parks. And we're very social media facing, hence why I'm going live today. So I'm Brad Chapman, and this is Essex Road Trip number 3 for the Park Home and Holiday Park Association. Now look, behind me here is an incredible story of growth, and each and every one of us that runs or owns or operates a park, whether it's residential, whether it's holiday or leisure, are passionate about what we do. We're passionate about the industry. This is where it all started for a gentleman called Alfie Best. Now, Alfie is one of the most successful residential park operators. He operates about 90 parks. And when you think about the size of the operation, you think, well, how did it grow just that big? And maybe you're a park operator watching right now and you think, well, I'd love to own my own park or my first park. This is Alfie Best's first park that he bought back in 2001. And we are at Lakeview Park in Note Hill and Romford. Now, if I can share with you, over here behind me there's a house in the distance there, and that's the house that Alfie lived in when he first bought this park. Now, he came out of selling approximately, I think it was 12 or 18 mobile phone shops, and then he bought this site in Note Hill. Now, there's some units from a commercial point of view and storage over the back there, but there's also a Vroom motorhome depot. Now, we've travelled in a motorhome vehicle today, but here is Lakeview Park. Now, this is a residential park. It's an established park. And if you look back and you're looking back at people's journeys, now I love this because when you're talking to business people that are successful, and we've got to surround ourselves with winners, you say to them, well, how did they grow their business? How did they build their business? You know, how did they raise the finance to be able to buy their park? How did they gain their knowledge to understand how to site park homes like this behind me? How did they know where to buy their park homes? How did they know how to develop the construction of the land? How did they deal with planning? How did they deal with licensing? What is a certificate of lawful use? And how am I going to design my land so my residents want to come and live on the site? Now, this is a mature site. It's a 20-year-old site, and when you come to sites that are matured and developed, you'll see different ages of different types of residential properties. And on this site, you've got everything from units that are probably 10, 15 years old or more, right up to some incredibly fantastic and new units. So look, the park itself, it's quiet, it's serene, it's peaceful. It sits on the edge of fields, and there's a lot of new units that's gone into this site on this part here. That's a beautiful unit there. Look at that Tudor type unit, absolutely beautiful. Single unit just in there, look. And on the left hand side there's a couple of older units there going up, backing on to the fields, which is absolutely fabulous. Residential parks, I've lived in a residential park over the last year to have this incredible experience of knowing what it's like to live on a park. I lived in a static caravan for 6 months during COVID, so I can understand what it was like to be living in a static caravan. I'm not saying I'm Alfie Best, I'm not. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to live and breathe the industry. And of course, as an association, we're visiting different park operators. We are looking at the way that different park operators run. We're getting to learn the business, and we are, good morning Mike, how you doing? And we're getting to know the industry, we're getting to know the people within the industry, where things started. A couple of slightly older units behind me now. So this is where Alfie started his first park. £1.7 million acquisition, older units, and he's developed it over time. Established park, I think there's about 120, or I could be wrong on the numbers of units. Now I've actually lived on this site for a few months to get the feeling. I've understood the psychology of residential parks, of holiday parks, leisure parks and lodges, and for me it's about studying. It's about studying the lifestyle, studying the types of parks, studying Alfie best, and then really making a representation to you, our members of our association, or people that's interested. Well, I'd like to be a supplier working within the industry, or I'd like to, this is a unit that I lived in here for a couple of months there. I lived in that unit there as a test and an experience. Very nice unit there. These are one-way roads as well, and then you've got beautiful forests coming onto the background. So Alfie Best, let me come back to Alfie a second. So he goes from this one park at Lakeview, and then he establishes over 90 parks over a 20-year period. Lovely views going up the hill there behind me. It's so peaceful here. The birds are tweeting in my ear. It's a beautiful, lovely day. So he goes from this park, and then he scales up his business to over 90 parks and becomes one of the most successful residential park operators in the UK and Europe. So how did he do that? How did he grow his business? I think Alfie would say persistence and staying focused on what you're doing. And also, there's a determination in there, isn't there, to keep growing and to keep pushing forward. I tell you what, you can't knock success. We can all learn something from it. We can all learn something. If you're watching right now and you're a supplier and you're somebody that's in a trade, there's a guy now working away here on a site. Look, he's working away and he's doing landscaping and gardening and a bit of fencing and patios. And Bud, how you doing? So if you're somebody that wants to work for somebody like Wyldecrest Parks, then just give me a shout and we'll get you in as an approved supplier. We're bringing together suppliers in the industry. We're working with park operators to help them improve the quality of their parks, the way that we operate, the amount of land. We're building a network to bring people together, and we focus at the Park Home and Holiday Park Association on park operators and park suppliers. And of course, we're also launching a business network soon as well. So we are a social media, front-facing, training and growth and development company. We're very different than the two incredible associations that exist in the marketplace. The PHHPA, incredible, been around a long time. They are the industry standard and trade body. The NCC, again, we've turned up in a motorhome today by Varoom, which is approved by the NCC. So we are slightly different. We're a young association, and I created it because I fell in love. I fell in love with caravans when I was a kid, with my parents and my nan and granddad. I fell in love with caravans when we were building houses and developing houses and staying in caravans. And I fell in love with the residential and holiday parks after being exposed to a training and mentorship and being close to Alfie Best. This is Lakeview Park, and this is Alfie's starting park, where it all started. And there are different parks. If you go up to Alfie's Park at Saltmarsh Castle, it's incredibly brand new development that is absolutely first class and out of this world. So there's a difference between matured, old, established parks and new parks. Many operators are now generating a lot of growth within the industry. But ask yourself why. It's because things are changing. It's because lifestyles are changing. Life is not as easy as it used to be. And more people that are coming into retirement want to live in a bungalow, in a community. A nice gated, secure development with CCTV, with a community. More people want a lifestyle choice. Buying a holiday home to escape. What better than to escape into an incredible holiday home that you own with your family and friends, or to buy a holiday to get away in the UK. This is road trip number 3. I'm Bradley Chapman, and this is the Park and Holiday Park Association. And today, this morning, we're down at Lakeview Park. We're off now to go and see some other clients and some other interviews. We're also going to East Thurrock United Football Club today, which is where we're launching a business network in just a few weeks. We're going to meet another couple of business operators and owners, and we're going to be going to another park slightly later in the day. And I've got 4 guests with me today. And thank you to Veru Motorhome Hire for your sponsorship. If you'd like to join us as a trade supplier and you want us to interview you, see the work that you're doing, add you to social media as we do, DM me and come and join us. To join as a trade association member, a product or business supplier, is £245 a year. Now, we don't make money out of that. In fact, we probably lose money by the time we've done the social media, we've filmed you, we've photographed you, but we've brought somebody new into the industry that's going to be an incredible supplier. If you own just one park membership for our association for 1 year, it's just, I think it's £185 for a year. It's really cost effective. We're a young association. We are here to represent the park industry, and we are slowly going to grow step by step, promoting park suppliers, and above all, helping to train, educate, support and grow operators and business owners in the industry, so that together we can move forward and we can grow and become successful, and by default of improving the quality of parks and training some really incredible operators, the residents and the holiday makers will have a fantastic experience. I'll see you a little bit later on the rest of the road trip, but for now, have a great day and thank you very much for watching. Andrew, you've got to buzz me, I need to speak to you. Cheers. Cheers, Dave. Cheers, Perry. See you soon.